Hello friends, welcome back and very happy new year. Hope you guys are all doing well. And today, this morning, I have something that I want to share with you all. That's something that I felt that God put in my heart for especially for this year. And we all know the last year has been very different for us. Some of us have never encountered something like that ever that we saw in last year, and there is a mixed feeling around. For some it was very good, for some they have bad experience, for some it was discouraging, for some it was fear and anxiety and this confusion and uncertainties. And we all know that we all had very different experience in last year. But as we move into this year of 2021, we want to step into this filled with hope, knowing that this year will turn out to be different, that this year will bring that fulfillment that we have been looking for a very long time, that this year we'll be able to do the things that we have been planning to do from a very long time. And as we talk for a few minutes from here, my prayer for you is that God enables you and strengthens you in this new year to do the things that He has prepared for you, the things that is in your heart, that your dreams that you have been planning to do from a very long time. The thing that I want to share from you today is that God put in my heart. You'll find in Exodus chapter 3. And Exodus chapter 3 is a very well-known portion of the scriptures. It's the time when God calls Moses. When he ran away from Egypt, he's living in desert. He's living as a shepherd, and God calls him and says, I'm sending you back to lead your people out of slavery. We all know that very interesting encounter of burning bush. It was a very unusual experience for Moses. That curiosity of bush being burned and not being consumed by fire brought him close to it. And then that's when he heard God speak to him. And God said, I am sending you back so you can take my people out of slavery and take them to the land that I have promised. But the response of Moses was very different. And this is what chapter 3 verse 10. God tells him, He says, come, I will send you to Pharaoh that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. But Moses said to God, who am I? So many times when we look at the things in front of us, so many times we look at the things that God is calling us to do, so many times we look at the dreams and visions that pops in our hearts and minds, and we feel like, who am I? Do I have a capacity to do it? Do I have strength and skills and resources to do what I'm expecting to happen? What the things that God is calling me to do, the decision that He's wanting me to make, it looks way beyond my capacity. I don't think I'll be able to do it. So many times we come across the same question, the question that Moses had with God. Who am I? Why me? And when those questions comes in our heart, we come out with a list of things that helps us to think, yes, we are true to ourselves, that we are not able to do it. We don't have a capacity to do it. We don't have a wisdom and skills and training and resources and look and language. We don't have all those to do it. The same question that Moses had, who am I? Why me? Some of you might have stepped into this 2021 thinking the same thing, that it's not possible for us. This year is not going to be any different. This season is not going to be any different. Some of you might have stepped into this New Year's and things have come across your life. The things have crossed your path, that the opportunities came to you, the dreams came to you, the resources came to you, the ideas came to you, and the first thing that you told yourself is, who am I? I don't have a capacity to do it. How can I do it? I've never done it. I don't have enough support behind me. I don't have enough friends. I don't have enough resources. How can I do it? And when Moses said this, the thing that he got back from God was assurance. And this is what God told him. He said, but I will be with you. You know, God understood the genuinity of the question that Moses had in his heart. God did not turn back to Moses saying, you disobedient child, you confused person. He didn't look back to Moses and say, do you know who am I? You know, don't you see me? Don't you understand me? Why you have this kind of questions? You should say the first thing that should come in your mind is the first thing that should come in your mouth is yes. God did not said those kind of things. God turned back to him and said, I will be with you. And that was the assurance that God gave to Moses. And I think, and I believe that this is the same assurance God is wanting you to give in this season, the season of your life, this new year of your life, whichever place you are and whatever opportunities you have in your hand. God is saying, I know you cannot do it. I know you cannot do it, but I will be with you. And that will make it possible for you to do the things that is in your hands. The same assurance we're looking for today in this season, that God is saying that I am with you. You might find yourself discouraged. But I'm telling you, this is the promise that God has for you today, that He is with you, that He will enable you, that He will hold you, He will walk through you, He will bless you with wisdom and strategies and ideas, that He will provide everything that you need to do what He's calling you to do. That He is willing to walk with you. He's not, whenever God calls you to do something, He does not ever expect you to do it by yourself. Whenever God calls you to do something, He is looking for partnership. When God invites you to do something, He is looking to do it with you. He's looking to accomplish that with you. He's willing to do it with you. In God's plan, you'll never find yourself alone. In God's plan, you'll never find yourself doing things all by yourself. God does not just instruct you and leave you to do it by yourself. When God tells you to do something, the implication of that thing said by God is that He's saying, are you ready to do it? Because I want to partner with you to do this. And this is what God told Moses. He said, but I will be with you. And this shall be sign for you, that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you shall serve the God on this mountain. He said, this will be a sign for you, that I will be with you all the way. And the people will know the fact that I have sent you, because I will attach my identity to you, that when people will look at you, people will know that you are sent by Him, that the signs given by God will follow you. And this is an encouragement I have for you today. And I do believe that in this season, God is looking for a people who are willing to understand the genuinity of who they are. And in that genuine feeling, they're ready to say yes to God. Saying yes to God doesn't mean shove things that you feel under the table and ignore it and forget it. Saying yes to God does not mean you start ignoring who you are. Saying yes to God, it doesn't mean that you shove your feeling and never bring it out. Saying yes to God means being true to yourself and saying, God, when you called me to do this, when you told me to do this, I know I cannot do it by myself. I don't know why you asked me to do it, but you know that I cannot do it, but I will be willing to do it if you are with me. And that's the response that God is looking for. That's an assurance that God has. What God is looking for today is that you inviting Him in everything that He's asked you to do. I want to leave you today with this assurance that this year God is willing to do with you. That God has called you to do the things. He's going to strengthen you. He's going to bless you. He's going to provide everything that you need to do what He's called you to do. What He's looking for is to someone to say, God, I cannot do it by myself, but I know if you are with me, I can do it. And this is what God is looking for. And just remember, this is what God said to Moses, and this is the promise that God has for you today. He says, but I will be with you.